Say what? .644, Bridget Ryan's still on the road. Dougler in for Say What?
It gives me great pleasure to take you to the air on a
By
Chinese...
the way, somebody stopped me on the road the other day and said, "You seriously call her Dougler?" It's with your blessing, is it not?
Oh, I love it, yeah.
All right, sorry to interrupt, Dougler.
Let's make it an all Dougler zone for the rest of the day.
It's a Dougler-friendly zone.
Amen to
all right.
that. Yes, pictures please. We're going to take you to the air in a Chinese flight. Well, actually, before takeoff, you can see the people stowing safely the carry-on items and the flight attendants there to assist. Well, there's a fellow who was on this 5-hour flight, and some might say a little portly, a little bit overweight. He no problem getting the seatbelt done up, but his troubles began when a pretty young woman sat down beside him and he started to feel self-conscious. So he sucked in his stomach because he didn't want her to see. But the problem is he sucked it in for 5 hours. It was a 5-hour flight. Now the flight attendant came around with food and drink. He said no, couldn't do it. Later he said if he had to go to the washroom, he was afraid his gut would come out and then he'd be mortified. So he sat in a straight position, back straight. There's the route there in China. Back straight, belly sucked in, refusing all liquids for 5 hours. So plane lands, everybody gets off except this guy because he literally could not move. They had to call an ambulance, and now they say that he could have died.
What?
Because it's been determined that he has a condition called deep vein thrombosis. It's a rare ailment.
No messing around.
Yeah, and it's made worse when you sit absolutely still for hours, back straight with no with
all to
dehydrating
impress
yourself.
a lady.
So let it all hang out.
You know, we had a meeting yesterday about our upcoming trip, Breakfast Television, going on the road to the Dominican Republic. We're going to be broadcasting live middle of April. And I noticed that we're going to be presenting a couple segments where I may or may not be shirtless.
Woo!
And I thought, it's not my first choice, right? Until someone in the meeting yesterday said, "Dude, you just gotta own it.
Do it.
You just gotta own it." You know what I mean?
You have anything to worry about.
Hey, you know, I've worked hard for this. You know what I mean? Some people have a six-pack, we got a keg. Fellas, you know what we're talking about. All right, Joanne Moser posted this video on YouTube. This is hilarious. Let's roll it, Cody. This is her 2-year-old who has been stealing out of his sister's room overnight. Check this out. This kid is 2. He's using unfolded nail clippers to crack the lock on the bedroom door. She's shooting this with infrared, which is amazing. It's like a Paranormal Activity or something. He hides the nail clippers, and then he makes his way back into his sister's room. This is absolutely hilarious. Keep in mind, this kid is 2. Breaking into the room. Now, what could cause him such a desire? What seed could be planted that would motivate him to be up in the middle of the night, night after night? Well, it is, in fact, her pillow pet, her stuffed plush toy. The 2-year-old brother got what he wanted, back to his room, and the door closes like he was never there. Isn't that great?
Smart little devil.
Love it.
Great. Karen McMartin and her husband named David, they have a daughter. I got a picture of them. They're expecting a new little baby. So the other day, Karen was at work and she was showing her baby bump to coworkers. In fact, she was lying down and somebody was laughing at her belly button, and some came in the office and looked from a different angle and said, whoa, do you see what I see? Now,
oh, wow.
Yeah, hello, do you see a nose?
Oh, wow.
And a mouth and even cheeks? That is her belly. So everybody was saying, like, we got to take pictures. Unfortunately, does it remind you of the movie Aliens? No. The reality check comes from a newspaper doctor who said it was just an illusion, that the nose is, what we think is the nose is just her belly button, and there's a navel piercing and stretch marks.
That is absolutely
I like
creepy.
the face.
That is creepy. The navel piercing could be an awesome nose ring on the face if it worked out properly. Finally, let's just roll the video again. We first introduced you to Stanford student Ravi Fernando a few weeks ago here on Say What, because he was juggling 2 balls and a Rubik's Cube, and he managed to solve the Rubik's Cube while juggling with the 2 balls. Well, apparently he received so much feedback online, some people even chirping him, of course, you know, having good fun with it, that Ravi thought, you know what, I'm going to take this to the next level. So he has just uploaded video to YouTube. This is him on the campus of beautiful Stanford University down in California, juggling and solving 3 Rubik's Cubes at the same time. Folks, no matter how good we may feel about ourselves, this is a daily reminder that there is always somebody better, always somebody smarter, always somebody more creative. It's our perspective check on this Tuesday morning. Time for the BT Trivia question of the day.